What's good, my people? I'm going to be explaining how you can become an appointment setter in 2024. This is going to be the full training. This is how you're going to be able to quit your 9 to 5 and make your first 5, 10, even 50k per month online just by using your phone or your laptop. I'm going to cover how it works, how you can get started, and how you can find your first client. I'm also going to tell you how to actually carry out the task and how to perform better than any other appointment setter, which will let you earn really big commissions. So in the past, I have actually tried an SMMA. I've tried so many business models, but I've just realized that most of them, they require too many skills. Like for example, SMMA, you needed to have skills like running ads, copywriting, building out teams, infrastructures, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever, like outsourcing, just finding people, and you're just competing with other commoditized agencies. So instead of learning a specific business model, I focused on learning a specific skills, which is sales. And appointment setting is what's actually going to get you in the door, get your foot in the door so you can become a high ticket closer, you can become a remote closer and really get those big roles where you can start earning huge commissions. But you cannot just start there, you have to actually start somewhere, and that place is appointment setting. Sales lets you work from wherever you want, and it helps me make as much money as I want, since most jobs are performance based. Now, remote sales, as I've outlined in other videos, it's not your old school like cold calling, spamming cold emails. It's just helping people come to the conclusion that they need your product or your service to get from A to B. So for appointment setting, we're going to be focused on the e-learning industry, which is like business coaches, consultants, agencies, things like that, like these online mentors. This industry is rapidly growing and it's set to reach hundreds of billions in market value over the next few years. So what actually is appointment setting? So there's people like Iman Gaji, Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, people like that offer products or services online, mentorship programs, etc. They offer these services, so people that are interested, like the leads, they need people to actually book the calls in so that those calls can go to the closer, who then closes the lead and they can buy the program. The appointment setter bridges the gap between interest and desire. When someone is interested in a product, you have to get them from that place of interest to actually make them desire it by financially qualifying them, making sure they're a good fit, and just using a bunch of sales techniques that actually get them from point A to point B, which is from interest to the sales call. These business owners do not have time to do it themselves, which is why they can hire appointment setters like you, for example, and all you do is just book calls and make commissions. After you book the call, the closer will then take the sales call and then actually work to close the lead and turn them into a buying customer. So essentially the process is the person needs help, they reach out to a mentor, they DM the keyword, the appointment setter sets the call, the closer closes the sale, and everyone wins and gets commission. Your job as a setter is simply to reply to DMs, qualify the prospects, discover their pain points, and if they seem interested as well as financially qualified, then you can book in a call. The industry standard for the commission is 5%, so if a prospect buys a service of $5,000, which is quite common in this industry, then you would get $250 every time you book in a call and that lead closes. If you do this multiple times a day, you can earn upwards of $1,000 daily if you're really good at it. And there's literally appointment setters making 10k, even close to 20k per month, which is very achievable if you find the right offer and the right person to work with. So there's actually 4 steps when it comes to this. Step 1, outreach to find the client. Step 2, making sure the offer is good. Step 3, the interview process. And step 4, making money. Now, when you're trying to get your first client, outreach is very important. The message that you send has to be very specific. You can say something personalized like, "Hey X, I really like your content and your page resonated with me. I would love the chance to work with you as an appointment setter to help you book in more calls. Do you currently have a setter team built out?" It's very important that you ask a question at the end so you can direct the conversation where you want it to go, instead of just telling them a message and they say, "Oh yeah, no, that's cool, thank you. We're not actually looking for a setter." If you say, "Do you have a setter team built out?" they say yes or no, and then you can handle the objection accordingly. You can either send messages in the form of DMs, you can send it in the DMs as a voice note, or you can send it as a video. If you're doing a video, just make sure that you're wearing a presentable outfit and your background is nice and clean so you stand out, and just talk in a way that is very communicative and friendly so they actually see what you're like as a person. To find people to reach out to, simply go on Instagram and search business coach, real estate coach, mindset coach, fitness coach. There's so many coaches that you can actually reach out to that have these online programs. In their bio, they would say something like, "DM keyword to find out more, DM this and I'll send you a free guide, DM this for the free course." And essentially you are, as an appointment setter, working in their DMs to set those calls when people DM those keywords. Another way to find more people to reach out to, simply go to a person they reached out to and then check who they're following and check who their likes are. So because a lot of these business coaches and these entrepreneurs, they like to network with each other, so they would follow a lot more people like them, they would interact with a lot of people like them interact with them. So that's a very good way to find more people to reach out to. If you do this 100 times a day, send 100 messages per day, you will get a job in no time, I guarantee it. Make sure that you're tracking your outreach, your KPIs, track who responded with what message, do different messages, test different messages. But when you're outreaching and you're asked about your experience, simply just say that you're hungry to earn commissions, you're very coachable, you're willing to learn, and you're ready to get started. It's that simple. You don't need tons and tons of experience, like 27 years of experience, but you're only 23. Like, you don't need crazy amounts, like 1 million in commission close. You don't need that. You just need to be hungry, coachable, and willing to learn. That's literally it. Step number 2 is vetting the offer, making sure the offer that you're choosing is actually good and that you would actually do a good job working in it. When choosing a person to outreach to, make sure that they have at least 10 to 20,000 followers. Make sure they're verified and they have an established personal brand. If they seem fake or it seems like they've bought followers or bought likes, then don't go for them, as that's usually like a really big red flag. Their offer has to have actually helped people in the past, which is very important because you can have more conviction when you're selling it, when you're booking appointments. You can have more conviction in the offer, which will make your sales that much better. Don't sell a service that has no previous result or testimonials, because then first of all, it's going to be very hard to sell that, and second of all, you're not going to get many leads like that. Third of all, it's going to be a nightmare trying to sell it. You're going to have to handle so many objections because the person doesn't have any testimonials. So just don't look for offers like that. Don't look for services that are brand new, they just launched, etc. Make sure that this person runs ads and they get a good amount of inbound leads and a good lead flow. You can actually ask them this in the interview. You can ask them this in the DMs when you're reaching out to them to be an appointment setter. It's a very good question to ask. Like, do you currently run ads? How do you go about lead generation? If they get no inbound leads, it's going to be harder for you because you're going to have to do outbound leads. Outbound cold calling, outbound messaging. It's just gonna be harder to earn commissions like that because you actually have to do all the work with finding the leads, generating leads, and you're gonna be reaching out to people that are not interested and they don't know what your brand is or who you are, which just makes everything a lot harder. So now that you found a good offer, you found a client, now it's time to actually get ready to do the actual appointment setting. The lead is gonna DM you with the call to action, the keyword. You can reply by saying, "Hey X, what made you reach out?" And then you have to dig out their pain points. So ask things like, "What are you currently doing for work?" And you're asking this in order to understand if they can actually afford your service. You can say, "How long have you been wanting to get into, let's say, dropshipping? How long have you been trying to do it for? What else have you tried? Why do you feel like this is the right thing for you? Where do you see yourself in 6 months? And how much do you currently have set aside to be able to invest in this goal?" Essentially, you want to understand their current situation and their desired situation. Some key things to remember: be as human as possible. Don't sound like you're an AI robot or you're reading off a script, and always acknowledge what they say. Especially when it comes to pain points, don't just ignore their pain points. You have to relate to them. Say things like, "Yeah man, I was in the same position as you, I understand, yeah I get it man, it must suck to be XYZ. You have to be able to understand their needs and bridge the gap to their desired situation. So essentially, when you become an appointment setter, what you're going to be doing is waking up whatever time you want, unless you have like specific shifts. Send out a couple DMs, book some calls in, have your lunch break. Around 6:30 p.m, you can send your end of day report to your appointment setting manager, or end of week reports. And that's literally it. All you're doing is just sending hundreds of DMs a day, booking in calls, getting commissions. Some offers are really good, like they would let you get commission for booking in a call and also if the sale closes. But that's pretty rare. So now that you know what appointment setting is, how to get a client, how to find a good offer, and how to actually carry out the job, I want to offer you a chance to book in a call with my team. And if you're a good fit, we're going to train you and get you everything that you need so you can start making money with sales. You will get access to all the training, all the resources, the community, and the job opportunities that we post in order to get to 10K per month in less than a year. So if you enjoyed this video and want to take that next step, then the community, network, and training that we provide will take you to that next level. And here are some people from my team that I worked with and their story.
This is probably like the best mentorship I invested in ever, right? Wow. And it's been only like 3 or 4 weeks. It's not just a team, it is a family. Everyone is very available over here. I would heavily recommend, bro. And it's completely different from a lot of other sales programs, right? People over here are definitely going to push you.
For my first full month, with ABC. I did 50.6K deals in commission. That was like 3 times more than I made as a supervisor at a retail store. Like it's quick, it's life changing, but again, it's the team and the support that you have that holds you accountable. Get started, bro. Get uncomfortable. Get ready to get uncomfortable first and then get started.
I was working as a manager at Wendy's. My mom kicked me out. My dad left. Things happened with me and my girl. And I'm 18. But here I am on the road to making multiple 6 figures without a diploma.
When I came into day one, I had made 2 sales and I felt on top of the world. Like I knew I made it. And
it's been phenomenal. Like, so I've invested in other sales programs before, and really kind of what you're doing at ABC is really so hands-on and like custom tailored to exactly what I need. So it's been it's so great just because, only being here for a short time, I've already seen my skills progress so much, and that's, the most you can ask for.
So yeah, if you want to join my private community so you can be surrounded and taught by professionals, there will be a link in the description to book a call. I'll see you soon and take care.